What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I will be taking some of the world's best roller coasters and putting them together to make the world's best roller coaster lineup. So let's get right into the video. Okay, guys, before I get into the video, I just want to mention that just because this is the world's best amusement park, the best lineup, doesn't mean we won't have, children's rides, kid rides, family rides, stuff like that. Because if it's the world's best amusement park, they're going to market it to everybody. They're going to say, oh, this is the world's best amusement park, so they're going to want to have a diverse lineup for everybody, whether that be old people, young people, whoever it is. They want to be able to market it to everybody that this is the world's best amusement park and there's a ride for everybody. And another thing to mention before we get into it, this is only going to be talking about the roller coasters. So if you'd like me to do one for the non-roller coaster rides or the flat rides or the dark rides, stuff like that, then comment down below. I would like to do that, but only if you say so. So comment down below if you want to see that. But now let's get into the countdown. The first coasters I'll talk about are the family and kiddie coasters. So the first coaster that I'd add would be an E&F Miler family coaster like Cosmo Curves at Knoebels. This is, you need a smaller ride for the small kids to work their way up. So I think this is a good ride. I was thinking maybe about Zamperla Family Gravity Coaster, but those are just way too common, and they're at way too many parks, so, you gotta have a ride that's more unique. This is not the most unique coaster, but it's more unique than Zamperla Family Gravity Coasters, and, if you don't have a small coaster like this for the kids to work up, they may never get on the more intense roller coasters. So the first one I'd add would be an E&F Miler family coaster like Cosmos Curves. The next one I would add is a Vekoma multi-launch coaster, almost like Big Bear Mountain at Dollywood. This is another one that, there's not a lot of these types of coasters in the United States. This is just a great family coaster. From a lot of the reviews and stuff, I've heard people talking about this, and I think this is a great, family multi-launch coaster to get them into the launching coasters and get them into, the more intense roller coasters. This is a great stepping stone in the middle of the lineup in terms of intensity. And the next coaster I add is something that has never been built, which is an RMC Wild Moose. I think this would be a very unique coaster, and, you gotta have something similar to a Wild Mouse in the park. A lot of people like this type of rides, but a Wild Moose would be a perfect fit in the world's best amusement park. Such a unique ride, and I would definitely add this to the world's best amusement park. RMC Wild Moose. This is a great addition. Now I want to move on to the more intermediate rides. Okay, now moving on to the intermediate coasters, which are coasters that aren't as thrilling as the world's most thrilling coasters, but they're still a little thrilling. So the first one, which is a coaster that's really marketable, which is a B&M dive coaster. Everybody loves B&M dive coasters. And when we're on the topic of B&M, another great coaster to add would be the B&M Wing Coaster. This is a great coaster that, a lot of fans of, a lot of people love. And probably they should also add a B&M inverted coaster because, you gotta have a B&M inverted coaster, maybe something like Banshee, but without the vest restraints, because a lot of people hate them. I don't know. I obviously haven't been on any B&M vest restraints. All I've been on are Vekoma vest restraints. But they're not the worst. They do come down on you pretty hard and they restrain you a lot. So I'd say probably not. But another great coaster would be an Intamin multi-launch coaster, somewhat similar to Pantheon or something, which would be great. Maybe not a huge Intamin multi-launch coaster, but a smaller Intamin multi-launch coaster. I mean, we already have a Vekoma multi-launch coaster like Big Bear Mountain. So, but you always gotta have two launch coasters at least. That's the trend nowadays. But yeah, an Intamin multi-launch coaster. And of course, you gotta add a RMC hybrid coaster. Obviously, it would be ground up. Yeah, you gotta add an RMC hybrid coaster. This is one of those coasters that every park has to have. RMC hybrid coasters, a lot of fun. And another coaster I would add, which you need in a lot of parks, which is a wooden coaster, a GCI wooden coaster. That is. That's another one that's, you gotta have a wooden coaster, and I pick a GCI wooden coaster. I could have picked a Gravity Group, but I think GCI is good for wooden coasters. But yeah, GCI wooden coaster. Now moving on to the more extreme coasters. Okay, for the extreme coasters, really intense roller coasters, the first one is a B&M Giga Coaster. I was thinking about maybe a Hyper, but a Giga is just so much better. You could add two, both a B&M Hyper and a Giga, but I think a Giga would be fine. But I mean, they can do whatever they want. Whoever is building this park, this is theoretical. But for the extreme rides, I would add firstly a B&M Giga Coaster, and second of all, I would add a S&S Axis coaster. Yes, I know it's very, they've never been built yet. They are starting to build some, but like the full outside whole layout, I'd make this really extreme. This looks like a great ride, and yeah, it would be one of the first really big rides. I mean, depending on whatever this park opens. I mean, it's theoretical, but I think an S&S Axis would be a great addition. And another addition that would be great, which is another one which hasn't been built yet, which is an RMC T-Rex coaster. You gotta have, this is the world's best amusement park, you gotta have an RMC T-Rex coaster. This would be, a great addition. Yeah, an RMC T-Rex. Okay, guys, that's all for this video. I just did 12 coasters. That's all I could come up with. If you guys have any other coasters that you would add or remove from this list, comment that down below, and comment down below what your lineup for the world's best amusement park would be. Just to wrap it up, the coasters that I was talking about: E&F Miler coaster, RMC Wild Moose, Vekoma multi-launch family coaster, a few B&M coasters, B&M Wing, B&M Dive, B&M Invert, B&M Giga, an S&S Axis, RMC Hybrid coaster, a GCI Woody coaster, an Intamin multi-launch coaster. Of course, that's about it. I forget what all they were, but yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and comment down below what you would put in the world's best amusement park coaster lineup.